I remember having panic attacks when I was like 5 years old at the thought of sleeping on my own, and where my OCD would show if my mum reached the front door before I did, I would literally have a tantrum, or at least that's what it was labelled. Benny and I did have like not a little argument, but like an annoyance with each other. That doesn't help when you're already feeling the way that I do. I'm very good at seeing the good in things. Even if things aren't quote unquote perfect, I'll still be able to see how it was good. My sister is super heavily pregnant. She is going to give birth like any day now. He's really good at being able to be like, okay, no, we've resolved it and now let's continue. But I find that really hard to like be back to normal, and then I overthink like, am I still being rude? I can let go of the pressure of how things should be. Lovely friends, how are we all doing today? I hope you guys are all well. Thank you for listening to another episode of Positively Me. Guys, I have rolled out of bed. I'm still in my PJs. I have put on a comfy little bra underneath because the girls would be out in full swing if I didn't. But actually I would have been safe, but that's okay because I'm still comfy, so we're fine. It's a Sunday morning, it's 13 minutes past 9, and we're just gonna have a nice little chat today. I've had some breakfast. The weather is kind of meh, like it's not good, it's not bad. Honestly, that is about it. So today, let's just dive straight on in. Everybody has their little notebook, right? Like the notebook where they write everything in, whether it's journaling, whether it is a to-do list, whether it's random thoughts or studying or whatever, like whatever it might be. Everyone has that notebook, right? Like we're just writing whatever we need to down in it. And about 6 months ago, I kind of was like, right, I really want to start trying to journal. Did I do that? No. Sometimes I do sit there and like, say if I'm in the park or whatever, I'll pull out my book and kind of note down my stream of thoughts, which I find really enjoyable and does serve me sometimes. When sometimes I just want to put pen to paper, get off a screen, like, and engage in my thoughts, because I do think that's important sometimes. But I am not an active journaler, which I'm so fine with. But I just thought to myself about 6 months ago, I'm going to write down some prompts to help me journal when I don't just want to sit there and write down my stream of thoughts, because sometimes just writing down like what you're doing or whatever it might be might not be getting you anything, you might not be getting anything from it. So I was like, I'm going to do some research. I did some research and I wrote down some prompts, and I have not answered a singular one of them in the 6 months that they've been in my notebook. And I do honestly mean to, but I just thought the prompts that I wrote down felt like really good prompts. I remember writing them down and being like, yeah, like these are good. Like these are gonna be helpful for me to journal without being super overwhelming, and I can just sort of answer them in my own words. And I thought maybe you guys might have that same thing of like, what do I even write about? Like I need some prompts. And I just thought, since I haven't even answered them off my own terms anyway, perhaps I could do a sort of little live out loud journaling session where I'm answering these prompts, and perhaps you could make note of the prompts yourself, or even throughout this episode you could do your own sort of internal thinking, answering these prompts to see how it sort of feels for you, and if anything comes up, or yeah, even if, like I said, you just want to write them down and save them, or whichever ones align with you, like maybe you only like a couple, maybe you want to use them all, whatever. But I thought I could sort of answer them and we could do some journaling out loud. And I guess journaling is meant to be there for you to use however feels good. And so if writing something down doesn't come naturally to you, remember that it is absolutely fine to say things out loud, or even just to say things in your head. Like it doesn't have to be pen to paper. If you have written down a bunch of prompts, you've got rid of all your screens and you're sat on your own, you could so easily just in your head answer each prompt. The point of journaling is just to simply sort of engage with your own thoughts and start to understand it and unpick your thought process a bit and just understand yourself, right? And so however that works for you is absolutely fine. You can do that in your own voice in your head. You can do it out loud with your voice. You can do it with pen to paper. You can do it on your notes page, on your laptop, on your phone, whatever feels most natural and effective for you. And maybe each time you do it might be a different way, and that's okay. Okay. Oh my God. There is this huge bird sitting on my balcony right now. It's literally huge. Oh my God. Okay, let's start with the journaling, guys. I feel like I'm hosting a class. First one, how do I feel right now in my body? In my body right now, I do have an element of anxiety. Obviously, you guys know that I've struggled with anxiety for years, and honestly longer than I think I even realised have I struggled with anxiety. I don't know if I'd exactly write this all down, but just going to say whatever comes to mind throughout this episode. I remember having panic attacks when I was like 5 years old at the thought of sleeping on my own, and where my OCD would show, for example, if my mum reached the front door before I did, I would literally have a tantrum, or at least that's what it was labelled, and have to do it again, and crying, screaming. I felt like I couldn't proceed with my evening unless we went back and did it again. And yeah, like I actually have got such an ingrained form of anxiety within me that I feel like I didn't even realise how long I've been an anxious person for. Even like I remember being at nursery, and I had an attachment to one of the teachers, and if she ever had to like leave the classroom, I'd literally be having a panic attack and like crying. And I'm sorry if that doesn't scream that I was going to be an anxious person. I don't know what does. Like none of the other kids were doing that. But anyway, back to how I feel right now. I do have an element of anxiety. For over a year now, I've been on sertraline, which is an antidepressant, and it massively helps my anxiety. Like everything is so much more reduced. I think obviously all the work I've put in as well has been such a huge help towards feeling less anxiety, but I still kind of feel that little bit of uneasy, like when you can kind of feel your heart and you can kind of feel it in your throat. I just have a really low level of that right now. I think when I woke up this morning, I kind of was feeling like that, and naturally when I'm not kind of having the morning that I would usually have in the week, like for example, I mean, obviously, like, Benny's here, which is so nice. But usually I'd probably, like, get up and go to the gym. But I was like, I really don't want to go to the gym this morning. And then I guess then I'm kind of, like, in this limbo. Like, how is my day going to pan out? And as someone that used to plan their day meticulously to the minute, that's been something that I've broken in the last couple of years to allow myself to let go of that control. But it does still show up in a way where, like, sometimes I'm like, okay, I don't really know what I'm going to do with myself today. Or like even if I know in my head what I'm going to do, I'm like, but it's not a set in stone plan, and that feels quite overwhelming. But I handle it fine. I'm just aware of the feelings inside my body. And Benny and I did have like not a little argument, but like a little bit of like a, not bicker, I don't even know, just like an annoyance with each other this morning. So I feel like that doesn't help when you're already feeling the way that I do, and then you have another thing like that doesn't help, but that's okay. Next prompt. What are the first thoughts that pass through my mind? Ooh, that's really interesting. Okay. What are the first thoughts that pass through my mind? I guess, which is a really privileged position to be in actually, is the want to have a good day. The want to have a good day, but then I guess that also stems back to the fear of what my day is going to look like, which is all such sort of random stuff. But I guess, yeah, it's the fear of like what my day's going to look like. And so the thoughts that run through my head is, okay, well, I'm feeling like that, so we're going to make sure we have a good day. You know, in a way I'm like, oh, that's kind of good, because my mind is working in a way where like I'm dealing with it by being like, regardless of what we do, I'm going to have a good day. I guess just ticking off everything that I subconsciously want to get done in a really calming, slow but sure way that feels good for me. No sort of like, okay, let's be super productive, let's do this, this and this, but in a way of like, I want to get some stuff done, I'll do what I can at my own pace, in my own way, wherever I want to do it, like in a way that feels good for me. Also about the annoyance Benny and I had this morning, because I really want us to feel okay and just like really aligned and like a team, because there is literally nothing worse than when you don't feel aligned, like as a partnership. Like it is such a lovely feeling when you really do feel like a team, and we are such a team like all the time. But when we have had moments like this, I find it really hard to just like let that go. Like I will just keep having those lasting feelings, even though in my brain I might have let it go, but like my body will still have those lasting feelings. Whereas for Benny, at least from what I can see, I feel like he's really good at being able to be like, okay, no, we've resolved it, and now let's continue, and like be back to normal, but I find that really hard to like be back to normal, and then I overthink like, am I still being rude, like whatever. But that's because I can't just like drop it in a way, which is really interesting. Like the lasting feelings are still there for me, even if my brain is like, it's fine. And then a follow-on prompt from that was, how do these make me feel? And honestly, I don't really know, but I feel quite confident that today will be good. And I feel like I have worked really hard to have that positive mindset, and like I'm very good at seeing the good in things and expecting the best, but not in a way of like, oh, like everything's going to be amazing, but just that even if things aren't quote unquote perfect, I'll still be able to see how it was good, if that makes sense. So I'm feeling okay. Obviously still have that little bit of anxiety underlying, but I feel like if I treat that with calmness instead of getting overwhelmed by the fact that I feel anxious, I can go about my day in a certain way to like accommodate for that. Another prompt. Today I want to try ... This is so interesting because you could take this in so many different ways. It could be, today I want to try like a new hobby. Like you could be like, hey, today I'm going to do some painting. Or it could be like, today I want to try to be kind to myself. Like it could be so many different avenues. But I'll tell you what I do want to try today. Something that I've really been wanting to start for a while now, for like months and months and months, and I started doing the planning for it and then I just kind of stop, is Substack. Like I really love Substack. I think it is such a cool social media. It's essentially like Twitter, but for people that care about the world. Like I don't know how to describe it. Essentially, if you're looking for motivation, inspiration, you're interested in certain topics, you want to hear people's thoughts, like Substack is such a great place. Like people write there, people like journal on there, people write sort of like, not stories, what do they call them? Oh my god, I can't even think what you'd call it. Almost like a passage. They'd write like something about a specific topic. I can't even think what that word is. And it's so interesting. And I really want to start using Substack and creating myself on there and posting more content with obviously like the message that I promote across all my channels about sort of like self-love, body positivity, mental health, all of that stuff. I really just want to start creating on Substack in some form and find out my way of creating on there. And I think I would love to start writing, because that would just be slightly different. Instead of just posting like photos and stuff like that on there, I would love to write almost like little journal entries, or even like how-tos or step-by-step on how to be more confident, how to recover from your eating disorder, ways to feel better about yourself, ways to have a positive mindset, like things like that. I would really love to start actually doing some writing on. I've never really done anything written. I feel like it would be more in the form of a journal because it would feel quite personal. Yeah, I really want to try that. So I feel like today is a day that I want to kind of make a start. Like I've done some planning like months and months ago, but actually make a start today, because things do not happen unless you do them. And I feel like we know that nothing will change if nothing changes. And that is a quote that I really love, because it is so true. One small way I can be there for others today ... Okay, so two things immediately came to mind. Reaching out to my loved ones. My sister is super heavily pregnant and she is going to give birth like any day now, like any day. Her due date is in 13 days, but obviously only 3 to 5% of women actually give birth on their due date. So who knows, she could literally be giving birth like today. And also for the family member that is going through their illness and everything, I want to just reach out to my loved ones. I want to reach out to my granddad today. I want to make sure I message all my friends. I want to do all those stuff and just make sure that I have checked in with everybody. And also Em that's pregnant, like just make sure everyone is doing well. And then the second thing that came to mind is in my relationship, being open-minded and understanding of the way that Benny feels as much as possible today. So that's a small way I feel like I can be there for others today. The next prompt is, what am I grateful for? I mean, wow, where do I even start? Honestly, I wrote down so many things that I was grateful for the other day actually, and like the list just kept on going. Like I am so grateful for so much. I'm so grateful for my healthy body. Like guys, I'm so incredibly grateful to be healthy. Like what an absolute privilege. What a privilege it is to be healthy. Like please never forget that. Like we're so privileged to live in a healthy body, and for those of you that don't, I'm really sorry. Like, I think health is so taken for granted. I'm also really grateful for my amazing family, my boyfriend, my daily matcha, for cookies. I'm so grateful for cookies. I'm grateful for these pajamas that I'm wearing. Like pajamas bring me so much happiness. I'm so grateful for you guys. Like, this community is just like my literal family, and I'm obsessed with every single one of you. I'm just grateful for my life. Like, I'm really, really grateful for my life, and how, I don't want to say how easy I have it, but like, I'm just so lucky, you know? Okay, next prompt is, what can I let go of right now? That literally ties into what I was saying earlier. Maybe I need to let go of the feelings inside that I've been struggling with Benny. Maybe I need to let them go. Okay, maybe that's my sign that is what I need to let go of. Like, that is something I need to work on. Or is it? It's human of me to have lasting emotions, you know? And of course, like, not everybody can just snap out of things, and that me, like, it takes me a while to feel back to my normal self, but that is something that I can try my best to let go of, for sure. Is there anything else I can let go of? I can let go of the pressure from myself of how things should be. I feel like sometimes I have a bit of a perfectionist mindset, but I can let go of that, for sure. I can let go of that. What are some affirmations for today? I think I just want to remind myself that I am kind, that life is great. I think sometimes we get so caught up in the moment that we forget all those things that we are grateful for, and we forget all those things that are a privilege. So an affirmation is how lucky I am. I am lucky. I am kind. What else? I want to almost like search affirmations. Is that cheating? Sometimes I'm just like, what even are affirmations? Okay, here's some. For confidence and self-esteem, I'm capable of doing hard things. My best is always good enough. Okay, I like that one. My best is always good enough. I like that one. I am worthy of love, support, and friendship. I trust my intuition and my choices. I really like that one. I trust myself. I like that one a lot. That's really nice. For peace and calm, I breathe in peace and exhale stress. Why did I say it like that? And exhale stress. I have the power to create a peaceful life for myself. I choose to let go of the things I cannot control. I think that's a really good one, because I think a lot of people get very caught up in the lack of being able to do anything about something. And sometimes it's like, okay, the world is going to continue anyway. Next week, we're not going to remember this exact moment. So don't let it waste more than like 20 minutes of our time. So I feel like that is a really good one. I give myself permission to rest and recharge. And then we've got, for daily motivation, I am the driver of my own life. Every day is an opportunity to grow and learn. Good things flow toward me, and I embrace their abundance. I'm resilient and can overcome any challenge. I really like the every day is an opportunity to grow and learn. Not in a way of like we always need to be like growing and doing more and, you know, all that stuff, because I think that can be a little bit toxic sometimes, but just in a way of like not to forget that we do have a lot to learn, and not to forget to put ourselves out there to try new things. So yeah, that was really good. I also wrote down to write your stream of consciousness, but obviously that's not what we're doing today. To make a brainstorm of thoughts, that's also a really good way to journal. Sometimes it's like you don't want to be writing in like big paragraphs and big sentences and everything. You just want to kind of get your thoughts out there. Like if you're feeling overwhelmed and you can't organize your thoughts, sometimes it's just like thoughts, circle around it, stick out a couple words, another stick out a couple words, another stick out a couple words, just to get all your thoughts out onto paper, and then you can kind of see it visually. The next prompt is, what am I most looking forward to today? I mean, today, guys, it's going to be quite a chilled one. I'm going to be doing work all day, I'm pretty sure. And then Benny and I are going out for pizza this evening, which I'm really excited about. Maybe I can try and coerce him into going to the cinema, because we love the cinema, but he's tutoring until 12 p.m, so we'll have to see, and then he'll have stuff to do after that, so we'll see if he has time, but I do love the cinema. I'm probably most excited about having Benny here all day. Like, I love just being able to have really quality time. Like, I just feel really lucky when we get to have one-on-one time together. I think that's really nice, because obviously we don't get to spend that much time together in the week, and like he worked yesterday on a Saturday. So I'm really excited to go for pizza with him later and just have a bit of Brooke and Benny time, and also just getting my teeth into my work, you know? Like, I really want to start this Substack. Like, I'm feeling really motivated and excited about that now. Like, I think I'm really looking forward to that today. And the final prompt I'm going to be doing today is, if things go wrong today, how do I plan to deal with it? I do really like this prompt because obviously like little things are going to come up in our life all the time that we can't always handle perfectly, and then they arise and then we're like super thrown off. But I think if we go into the day with the mindset of like, okay, this is how we're going to handle things, this is how things are going to go today, then it's almost like a choice when it comes to that moment. Obviously we still can't handle it perfectly, we're not a robot, we are human. But if we're like, okay, if something goes wrong, this is what we're going to do, it might just help things feel a little bit more manageable. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. If things go wrong today, we take a deep breath. We don't dwell in the past of what's happened. We don't think, okay, oh, if only I did this differently. Oh no, I can't believe I did that, like whatever. We're thinking, okay, that's happened, we can't do anything about that now. We're just gonna almost start from now and do what we can from now, and just do everything we can with peacefulness and not feel like it's the end of the world. The word that comes to mind is to deal with it with calmness, to deal with it with, just peacefulness, and to be open and relaxed, and to realize that there is a solution for everything and that ultimately it will be okay. But that's all of the morning ones that I wrote down. And then I do have a few, oh wow, I've got another page that are for deeper prompts. But if you did enjoy this style of episode, let me know, because I've got some ones that are deeper, and then I have some prompts for like the evening time. So let me know what you thought, and I can also go into those as well and answer those. Obviously, my answers would probably be different depending on the day, but it might just help sort of get your brain thinking about some of these answers for yourself, or maybe you're just nosy like me, and that's absolutely fine, queen. But I really enjoyed that, and I hope you guys did too. So thank you so much for listening. If you did enjoy and you're watching on YouTube, please give me a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. If you are listening on Spotify, you can give me a 5-star review. You can follow me at Brooke Paintain on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And then also Positively Me Pod on TikTok, Positively Me Club on Instagram. So, you know where to find me, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I love you so much. Have a wonderful week, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye, angels. I love you.